So I thought I would go into a bit more detail with how I think human developers will be required in the future, which is going to feature lots and lots of AIs, or at least lots and lots of applications of the AI in all different places. So my initial idea was that the human interfacing software, the operating systems, if you like, that's going to principally be made by humans, because even given a lot of data, to improve upon things in a creative way, to come out with original new ideas, that's not something the AI is going to be good at. So that's something which human developers, especially with experience and previous projects behind them, they are going to be good at that. So, and it's not like there's going to be a shortage of need, because this AI, I mean, it's cheap to use. It's free for most things if you don't use it a lot. And if you want to use it a lot for corporate or commercial purposes or medical assistance and such, then that could be arranged. It might cost you a little bit more, but it's still, for what it is, it's quite cheap. And I think a lot of people will be willing to pay for that. So if you can become an intermediary, what's the word? Intermediary. If you can be intermediately between the user who doesn't want to directly have to control the thing, and the thing, the AI or whatever, then they'll pay you to do that. So if you can write programs that can do that with the touch of a button, or they can voice control it, then you're in the money, aren't you? So, and even if there's existing software, they might want it in a certain way, and that's where you can come in. You can download an open source one and then just modify it and sell your modified version and pay a license fee or something, or you could even just completely start from scratch and do it that way. So, and I'm talking about things like mechanical implements in the home, or something simple like a vacuum cleaner. Like, say someone's got low mobility, and made me laugh actually. One of the comments on YouTube I read was, you're weak if you rely on technology, or if you need technology. And I was like, well, newsflash, guy who's got shell shock. Not everyone has got the same medical problems you have, and not everyone is going to completely ignore them and deny them to themselves. So, for instance, I would be quite happy to employ ChatGPT to take control of my vacuum cleaner and then vacuum my flat. Sorry if I'm weak for not vacuuming my own flat, but I would be much more happy to have software that could control that, or that I could control to be able to do that. So I'd be more than happy to employ a human developer with some skill and some experience to write that code for me, and perhaps to keep it updated for me. I'd pay them every time I updated it. So it's not going to be a large amount of money. The initial payment might be a bit larger, but then it'll just be top-up payments. But then again, I might need more stuff, or I might want it modified to control two things, or something different to a vacuum cleaner. I'm not going to say why I laughed there. My dirty mind is just coming up with stupid little jokes, and you don't need to hear that smut. But anyway, human development is not dead, is my point. It's at its infancy, and this is not going to slow it down one little bit. This is going to accelerate the rate at which human development happens, and it's going to accelerate the amount of times it happens. So there's going to be a massive need for more developers and better developers. And now you can have every developer can have their own AI. I mean, the amount of processing power we'll need in the world is going to massively increase, and the price of computers might go up a little bit, but I mean, the benefits are obvious. So, like it or not, that's going to happen. It'll be like the coal mines. People won't like it, but they didn't like, at some stage, slave branding was a job, that was an industry, and when they saw that coming to an end, they all went, oh, this is terrible, what about our human rights as slave branders? It's like, well, newsflash, guys, you don't have that right, so it's getting taken away because you never should have had it. So that's like coal mining. We never should have gone near it. Certainly industrialized coal mining. I'm not saying we shouldn't use coal, but we shouldn't have big machines that pollute the ground, destroy the environment, kill people, and have thousands of people working in terrible conditions for next to nothing, and then one day just be out of a job. So, that's not good. Anything like that's not good. AI can automate that. And the people who can control the automation are human developers. So don't worry, guys. The only ones that are going to be out of a job long term and suffer really badly from it are the ones who have got some really bad flaw. They're lazy, or they're not reliable, or they just keep making the same mistake over and over, or they steal code, or there's millions of reasons why people don't get jobs already. That will be the reason they don't get a job. It won't be because AI can do something they can, not do. There's loads of things they can do that the AI cannot do, currently, and probably will never do some things. So yeah, don't lose heart, guys. Human developers are much valued, required pieces of society. It's not like the software that you guys make. That is required in a different way. But I think people who can analyze and problem solve and write the script for a thing that's going to happen when they're not there, so it's completely automatic, or some user participation is in there. People who can do that are going to get paid more. You're going to get promoted. You're going to get paid more because it's going to be more workout and it's going to generate more profit. So as long as we can keep up with the amount of processing power it's going to need, this thing is going to be amazing. If we can't, and it starts not being free anymore and being really expensive, then that could spell trouble. But I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So for now, my advice to anyone who's in human development is immediately get yourself a ChatGPT account. It's free, and if you want to start paying for it, you can. So just get used to it, and well, you'll know better than me. I'm not a developer myself. I'm just like a blue sky thinking guy. I come up with good ideas and give them to other people. So here's the one I'm giving to you. Go and write some interfacing software that takes a prompt from, or gives a prompt to ChatGPT, and then turns the result from that into an instruction on a USB device or on the computer somewhere. I guarantee you, as soon as you start doing that, you'll realize the potential there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch up with you in the next one. Bye.